Dang it, not again. Can't win them all. I don't think the threads should come off with the bolt. Today in Stripping Bolt Adventures, we're going to repair this all without leaving our shop. We don't have to go out and buy specific size Heli-coil kits or anything else like that. In 15 minutes, we can permanently repair that, put it back into operation. Easier than you think. Keep watching. So here we have a bottom engine cover, just like the side of an engine cover on a motorcycle, timing cover on a car, or something else like that. Let's strip out a couple bolt holes and repair them. There we go. Oh, I just snapped it off. Don't worry about that. That's just fine. That doesn't matter. None of this. Nope. That's just fine. So these two holes are nice and stripped. We just need new threads in there. The easiest thing to do is just step up to the next size bolt hole and just use a bigger bolt. In this scenario, you know, maybe I don't have room for it. Maybe I don't want to drill out the case. I want to use the same. I don't want to have, you know, this size bolt next to these. So the next step is to actually make our own Heli-coil, or in this scenario, we're essentially going to make a time cert. You don't know what a time cert is. It's essentially just a threaded internal, external thing. Unlike a Heli-coil, it's just like a coiled piece of spring. This is actually way stronger than a Heli-coil. Time certs are pretty expensive though. You might have to spend 50, 60, 70 bucks. You know, you'll get you'll get a bunch of them, but just to repair one bolt hole. So I got the next size up bolt. This is a 5/16 18 thread, and this is a 1/4 20 thread. So we're going to tap this for this bolt hole. Taps can get pretty expensive, but you don't need to buy a huge kit. I have tons of tap. This is the very first tap kit I ever bought, and this should do it. I bought it in 2002 for $7. Yep. And it has the sizes that I need right there and there. You can buy these basic things at almost anywhere for dirt cheap. They only have the most popular sizes. So we'll take these out. This is our 1/4 20, and this is our 5/16 18. But we'll drill that out and we'll tap it for this size bolt. Aluminum, so soft. Degrease them. So this top hole is a blind hole, so there's a bottom to it, and this hole is completely open. I don't know if light's shining in there. So we're going to do both types. I'm going to show you the difference. There's not much. Two basic types of tap. There's ones for blind holes, and then there's just a tapered one. So see how this one's tapered? So this one wasn't able to, you know, by the time I reached the bottom of the tap, the hole like right here, it still hadn't cut those threads. So if the threads go down in there, they're going to get really tight. I want that because I want this piece to lock in there. So we want this bolt and these threads to lock in there. On the blind hole, I went all the way through. On the open hole, I just went all the way through just to show you. So now the threads can go all the way through. We can go as deep as we want. So we actually need to turn this, first of all, into like a locking nut, but a locking screw. It's pretty easy. We just use a center punch to ding up the sides of the threads. I wanted to get started, so I don't want to put a punch down here. I want to put a punch in between threads, starting about halfway. So this is just creating a burr and essentially creating a lock thread. You know, like a lock nut, but just reverse. And however many we want to put, I guess. It's aluminum, so it's super soft, so you can get away with quite a bit. It goes in. Up, see, it starts hitting those, and all of a sudden, it's stiff. That's what we want. This is high strength thread locker, and that's a primer. So, install these. Just being careful we don't mess up our gasket surface. Now I could sit there, I could grind it down with the tip of this. I have like a die grinder, which will make my life a little bit easier, but there's a million different ways to skin a cat. Now it's as simple as tapping that for the right size bolt hole. So we'll just throw a cover back on real fast. Now I'm not drilling down in there. All I'm doing is marking the center of where I need to drill my hole. So all that should do is give me a center mark of where I actually want to drill. And now we take the real tap that we wanted, which is this 1/4-20. We find out what size bit. I wrote 7/32 on there. And just make sure you use your good eyeballomometer and make that as straight and perfect as you can. I'm drilling a little bit off. That's okay. This is another reason why you don't want to use anything but a grade 2 bolt. The lowest grade bolt you want. If you're trying to drill this into a grade 8 bolt, you don't need grade 8. You don't need grade 5. The material you're going into isn't that hard. So this is 3 times harder than aluminum. Went off just a little bit, so I'm going to steer it in. There's variance. It doesn't matter that much on this. Steer it in. And bring it back to center. There we go. Yes, I wear a hoodie. Yes, the strings are going to get sucked up in the drill. So we'll tuck those in. There we go. Make you guys happy. Good thing this is a crap engine. Oh, I broke off the tip on the freaking valve guide. Crap. Get another drill bit. Ah, we'll just actually sharpen this. Watch how to sharpen this. I'll sharpen this in just 30 seconds. We'll even give it some back relief so it has a finer point. Split point. An invaluable skill to learn, how to sharpen drill bits. So we essentially made this a time cert. In place. So unlike Heli-coils that can kind of thread out because there's nothing really that locks them in besides Loctite over time, these are actually mechanically held in, you know, with the blind hole, not only with it pushing down into the bottom, but also with those dimples I put on the side. And you could see this one where it was open. I mean, that could have just kept threading in. With those dimples, I locked it in good enough that a drill bit drilling into it wasn't enough to even torque it out. Suck it down. There we go. Tight. Ready to seal off all the oil and put your machine back to work. Okay, people say you're not well trained. Get up here. Show them. Okay, you gonna leave it? And just leave it. See how long. Leave it. Leave it. Get it. Good job. I'll catch it. Do people know that you know all sign language and verbal commands? Did they know that? Did they know that you know everything? I don't got a treat for you now. You ate the whole bone. I can't give you more than that. You'll get fat. People will call you fat.